Feel that chill? It's not the end of summer, it's the start of the Halloween season. Netflix already features a huge lineup of horror titles primed for a Halloween binge session, but the service is also loading up on brand new horror. Here are the scariest new releases hitting Netflix this October. Creeped Out Season 1. This horror-themed co-production between Netflix and the BBC may come across as a Black Mirror for kids, but, well, okay, on second thought, that's exactly what this is. As an anthology series, each episode tells its own bite-sized horror story with different characters and different settings. The twist is that all the stories are connected by a creepy masked man who's out to collect mankind's darkest tales. The episodes explore everything from psychological horror to the supernatural, preying on your darkest fears and giving you plenty of reasons to sleep with the lights on. The first season of Creeped Out debuted on BBC in 2017, but October 4th will mark the first time the series is available for an international audience. Malevolent. Here's an interesting twist on the haunted house genre. Malevolent follows a brother and sister scam artist duo who trick people into thinking their houses are haunted, then go in and pretend to drive the ghost away. Business is booming until they run into an actual haunted house and discover that real ghosts are a lot more dangerous than the fake ones. Look for it on October 5th. Apostle. Gareth Evans is best known in the film world for writing and directing the action-packed martial arts film The Raid and its sequel The Raid 2. But with Apostle, Evans is making a departure from his usual action fare and taking a deep dive into cult-based horror. At the turn of the 20th century, a sadistic cult kidnaps a young woman and takes her to their remote island for, culty purposes. What they didn't count on was the woman's brother coming after her. If the trailer is any indication, that's just the start of the mayhem you can expect from Apostle. Strap in on October 12th. The Haunting of Hill House, Season 1. Get ready for all the horror you can stomach with The Haunting of Hill House. Based on the classic novel by Shirley Jackson, the series stars Carla Gugino and Mikhail Hausman and centers on a family that came back to the haunted house where they grew up. The Haunting of Hill House comes from Mike Flanagan, who's recently been making waves in the horror world with Netflix Gerald's Game and his under-the-radar horror gems Oculus and Hush. Look for the first season of The Haunting of Hill House to hit Netflix on October 12th. Haunted Season 1. If fiction isn't your speed this Halloween, fear not. Netflix is also bringing in a horror series based on true events. Well, sort of. Haunted sits down with people who claim to have first-hand accounts of paranormal experiences. Ghosts, aliens, monsters in the night, it's all here. And the series will recreate these stories in terrifying detail, fleshing out the horror in imaginative new ways. Part true terror and part cinematic creepfest, Haunted is bound to offer plenty of reasons to sit in front of the TV all day. Tune in when Season 1 drops on October 19th. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Maybe you want a horror-tinged version of the late 90s sitcom Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Or maybe you dig those teenaged horn dogs on Riverdale, but you want more packs with the devil. Well, good news. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina puts the classic Archie comics character smack dab in the middle of a battle against evil. According to Entertainment Weekly, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina was originally meant to act as a sister series to Riverdale. Once production moved over to Netflix, however, the idea of bridging the two shows was put on the back burner. It's still possible, but for now, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina stands completely on its own. Take a look when it arrives on October 26th. Castlevania Season 2. The first season of Netflix hyper-violent Castlevania adaptation came out of the gates with middling reviews, but quickly built up a large fan following. The story follows Trevor Belmont, the protagonist of Castlevania III: Dracula's Curse, as he battles the supernatural forces of Dracula.
Trevor, join us.
Sure. By the way, you're all going to die.
By all accounts, Season 2 will pick up right where the first season left off, drawing viewers further into the horrifying world of 15th century Wallachia. With horror and action in equal measure, Castlevania makes the perfect show to binge on this Halloween season. If you haven't caught the first season yet, you'll have plenty of time to catch up before Season 2 lands on October 26th. New thriller movies. While Netflix will be putting on their usual selection of films and shows from all genres, Halloween calls for a special focus on the horror-based titles. From horror classic The Shining arriving on the 1st, to The Exorcism of Molly Hartley, which hits Netflix on the 4th, there's a lot of new stuff on the way. And while they aren't pure horror, Stephen King's supernatural drama The Green Mile and the first two films in the Blade trilogy also arrive on the 1st. What better time than Halloween to relive those classics?
Some is always trying to ice skate uphill.
Oh, Blade, we missed you.